we are back from Glasgow Hyrox, which has been a whirlwind. Let's say a whirlwind. First of all, in the last couple of weeks, obviously we've had Tam, Marlena, and now James and David have completed Hyrox, and it's been an absolutely sensational way to send each weekend in Katowice and then Glasgow, respectively. And just some unbelievable performance. Tam and Marlena 118 mixed doubles. David taking a 115 in a men's open singles, and James also taking a 112 in the singles open. A few learning curves for all of us. I hit 116.27, 116.26 in Katowice, which was good enough to take second place and a flag. In Glasgow was not to be, so it was 106.07. So a 19-second improvement in the space of a week. With a very tired body and a later run time as well, which is something that if you've ever done a Hyrox or you know, considering it, is something that will make a really big difference to your kind of overall journey, really. Like, I think, like, I'm a morning trainer. I'd rather train at 4 a.m. And if I'm not training at 4 a.m, it'll be 11 a.m. But to get then a run time at Hyrox of 4:50, 6 p.m, 7 p.m, you know, it's taxing, it's tough. And, you know, honestly, genuinely, if you've never done a Hyrox before and you signed up for your first one, you'll obviously not have your run time until 3 days before. Make sure you're practicing your training in the evening as well, because it's going to make a really big difference to not only your psychological prep, but also your physical prep, perhaps how you need to load, and perhaps how you need to make sure your food's going in. And it's going to be a real knock-on effect to kind of everything that you ought to be doing. And kind of not put the kibosh on doing the things that you need to do, because, you know, you can train that hard, but, you know, if you're constantly falling asleep at 7 o'clock because you're an early riser, then that is going to have a knock-on effect. So kind of making sure that you are doing those things as well is going to be super important to your overall journey and stuff like that. But, you know, David ran at 1 o'clock and was absolutely sensational. James again at 6:30, and I took the 4:50 slot, so I was quite fortunate. We tried to change slots and they only had one space, so James gave it up. Now, ultimately, for the goal for me in Glasgow was to qualify for the Worlds for the south of France in June. It doesn't look like that's happened, so I was 15 seconds outside the World's qualification places. There is a potential that it could roll down if not, but otherwise I've not qualified, and that's okay. A little bit miffed, but I would say that the learning curve there is 2 Hyroxes in 2 weeks are not the best idea. Let's go with that. So, you know, that recovery and ability to get back to full fitness in 7-day turnaround from getting back from Poland late Saturday night to being in Glasgow Saturday morning was a big ask, but it does line me with hope. So, you know, we're back to the drawing board. For May, so May the 5th is the next one for us now, and we've actually got 8 runners in that, so that's going to be our biggest Hyrox as the game plan so far. Super excited. We've been doing lots of group sessions. We're going to introduce some Olympic lifting for power generation, lots of compromise running and stuff. So something that, if I would say to people, again, if you're watching this now and you're wondering kind of how, you know, how people are getting these times, that a lot of people will tell you for Hyrox that training is all about compromise running, and, you know, you need to run and run and run. It's 50%, but there's a little bit of lazy advice in that, in the way that we know we need to run. We know it's 50% of the event and the program and everything like that, but also you ultimately need to make sure that you are doing the things that are going to help you generate strength. So lifting heavy, and power, which is lifting heavy fast as well. So Olympic lifting is a great tool. If you don't know anyone that can teach you, then, you know, there's always YouTube and stuff like that, or getting a coach to help you with that is going to be really helpful. And then tying in the compromise running as well into your finishers. So building up your running outside of the gym is fine, but also can you run with very, very heavy legs? Now, I'm someone that can go out and run 5K in 18 minutes. I'm aiming for a 3-hour marathon in April before an Ironman in August. But by the time I'm ending Hyrox, I'm still running at 4:34, 45 kilometers, which is still not a bad pace, but it's still a lot slower than hitting the hour mark that I want to be hitting in Hyrox and capable of hitting by by the end of the year as well, which is a target. So making sure you're getting used to running with tired legs is going to be really, really important as well. So someone that's like looking into do Hyrox, or you've done it before, or you're new to it, or anything like that, then one thing I would say to you is making sure, like I say, you are getting your running distance built up outside of the gym 3 to 4 times a week. Make sure you're doing your compromised running in the gym, part of your sessions. Compromised running is running on tired legs. So, you know, doing sled pushes, or 100 wall balls, or 100 meters of sandbag lunges, or 80 meters of burpee broad jumps, and then going hitting a really fast kilometer and repeating it and doing it circuits. It needs to be massively complicated, but it is an option for you in a way to run on tired legs. So build your running up outside the gym. Build your compromise running. Build your strength. Lift heavy shit in the gym. Build your power, Olympic lifting. Move weights fast. And also make sure you're resting, recovering, and doing all the mobility. Because the more mobility you've got and the more stretching you do, then also the more availability you've got to utilize the muscle to produce the force that you need to. So a couple of things to this. This is a little bit of a debrief. The targets from me over the next few weeks. We've got a half marathon in just under 2 weeks now. So we're aiming to do that in around the hour 30 mark. That was a delayed goal. It was meant to be an hour and 20. But I'll be honest, I just don't think my body's got it. So I'm going to listen to my body. And if on the day we can push, we will. If not, we won't. 14th of April is marathon time. So we're up at Manchester and the target is around 3 hour mark for that. And then we are going balls to the wall on the 5th of May. 7 of us running in the same wave. I said earlier, we've got 8 running. The 8th is a female, so she's on her own on the Saturday, so Raj. But there are 7 of us running in the same wave on the Sunday, the 5th of May. And the goal is to make sure, one, I finish in front, because we like a bit of healthy competition. But ultimately, the goal is whatever the qualification spaces are for the Worlds, I need to make sure I end up inside that. And then we've got a backup option of Gdansk in Poland at the end of May as well. And then that will decide if I'm going to the south of France for the World Championships. And then regardless of that, once June rolls around, we will be all in for the Ironman. So that's a little update from me. The team over the next few weeks, we've got the MK Run Fest on the 17th of March, photo shoot the 24th of March, marathon on the 7th and 14th of April. We've got the May Hyrox. We've got the May, which is the 5th. We've got 4 people going out to the Gdansk in Poland. We've got the photo shoot on the 30th of June. So if you are someone that's looking to take your fitness to the next level, if you're looking someone to get the guidance and be in a team that's unbelievable, doing crazy things, you know, people that just wanted to lose 3, 4, 5 kilos, that have lost 10, 15 kilos, they're more confident, they're more consistent, they're loving life, and they're in this position to go on to do these crazy things, and you feel like, you know, probably you're just missing out that little bit on that bit of inspiration, then all you need to do is drop a comment or drop me a message on Instagram at Travis Brown Coaching, and I will give you access to the game plan. I'll show you the programs we've got, and I'll show you the sort of things we can achieve in this place, because honestly, you are missing out.